Hey, everybody, welcome back to day 2 of writing. I hope you were successful yesterday at connecting 3 sentences together. This is very difficult to do at home, but I know you can do it. It takes a lot of thinking and maybe some help from mom and dad. So remember that this week, your success criteria or what you learn will be that you can write 3 sentences that are kind of connected on a topic, which is a main idea or a thought, and you're doing the best job you can at it. All right. And then next week, I'll start breaking it down more. Your sentences will have a capital, punctuation, a clear subject, a predicate with a verb, and at least one adjective in them. Remember that sequencing means that what happened first and second and third, and they're connected to an idea. All right. So, what you're going to see me do now is switch over and actually think about this and type. Okay. So, I'm going to put my cursor in here and I'm going to look at this picture. And I say I've never read the book because I haven't. I'm going to give these people a name and I'm going to give this person a name. And I'm going to say, well, what had to happen first in this picture? Well, in order to see these neighbors, they had to open the door. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to say, I'm going to give her a name and she's going to be Mrs. Ying. Okay. And I'm going to put a period after Mrs. I'm going to make sure both of those are capitalized. And I'm going to give the little girl a name of Patty. Okay. So Mrs. Ying and Patty opened their front door. Okay. That's my first sentence. All right. So Mrs. Ying and Patty opened their front door. So Mrs. Ying and Patty are the subject. What did they do? They opened. What did they open? Their front door. And anytime you use THEIR, it has to do with people. If you use THERE, it has to do with a place. So see, it's theirs and their people. All right, now my next sentence, I'm going to pick this man right here and I'm going to say, well, what is he doing? And I'm going to give him a name of Mr. Matson. Mr. Matson held a bunch of pretty flowers in his hand. Okay. And see, I'm not saying I see 2 people. I see a man holding flowers. I'm kind of connecting these and I'm thinking, okay, what happened first? Well, the people opened the door. And then the next thing is Mr. Matson held a bunch of pretty flowers in his hand. And then I'm going to do a feeling on this one. So I'm going to think, okay, how did these people feel? And I'm going to go, everyone was excited. To see each other. Okay. Now, this is where you put feelings in when you're writing. So I could have said the last sentence could have been, the other people held flowers too. But now I'm going to reread it and I'm going to go, Miss Ying and Patty opened their front door. Mr. Matson held a bunch of pretty flowers in his hand. Everyone was excited to see each other. Okay. That's connected. It's about opening their door and seeing each other. So that's our topic. They're meeting up with each other at somebody's house. It goes in sequence because they open their door. He's holding flowers. And then I put a feeling in talking about how excited they were to see each other because they're all smiling and everything. That is a very good 3 connected sentences. All right. Now I go to the next one. All right. And I'm going to look, and this one's a little bit more difficult to do because I'm going to keep it with Miss Ying and Patty because I haven't read the story and I don't know their names or if their names were really mentioned. I'm going to see them in a garden. I'm going to see the pink flowers behind them. And so now I'm going to click in my box and I'm going to think, okay, what are they doing? So I'm going to go with Mrs. Ying again. So I'm going to go Mrs. Ying and Patty sat in their, because they're people, vegetable garden. Now, see, I could have said garden, but instead I said vegetable garden because garden wouldn't be enough because we could think it was a flower garden, a vegetable garden. So we added that word vegetable, which is your adjective. Mrs. Ying and Patty sat in their vegetable garden. Now I'm going to look around and I see vegetables and I see flowers growing. So I could say pink flowers were blooming in the flower bed. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say vegetables and flowers grew all around them. All right. Now, some of you are panicking and you're like, oh, I cannot do this. How is she so good at this and stuff? I take my time and I just think about things before I write them. And your sentences will still be simple, but they'll still be good. Just stay on the topic of a garden and flowers and write sentences about what you see. 2 ladies were sitting in the garden. Pumpkins, big pumpkins grew on long vines. There were purple flowers blooming all around the garden. Now, see, that's good too. So I'm showing you the most difficult level, and you do the best job you can today, because your job today, if you're listening to this, is to write 3 connected sentences. Now, don't think that you're going to write 3 sentences every day because you need to listen to directions. And the sentence have to kind of be in order by what you see. They have to be connected to a topic. And this week it's all about gardens. So I gave you your topic. And then you need 3 of them. Okay. You need the 3 sentences connected, sequenced, and written really well with all of our checklist. Okay. Now, the last one is I'm going to do that feeling again. So I see them smiling and I think, golly, they grew vegetables and flowers and they had a lot of success. So you know what? They felt happy about their beautiful garden. Okay. They felt happy about their garden. Can you see it? They're talking and they're like, oh man, this is awesome. Now I reread it to myself out loud. Mrs. Ying and Patty sat in their vegetable garden. Vegetables and flowers grew all around them. They felt happy about their beautiful garden. That's excellent. All right. And this is what they call like a little short personal narrative where you're connecting your thoughts together and you're also expressing about how the people are feeling in the pictures or how they're thinking in the pictures. All right. So here we go. We're going to wrap it up now. And writing is linking or connecting thoughts. It can be to inform, which is to teach somebody, or it can tell a little short story about what you're seeing. Writing is organized in a predictable way. That means you're not confused. So if something is predictable, it makes you feel very happy because you can figure it out. From the first event to the last, and now it's your turn to connect some sentences. And I gave you directions a little bit back in the video, okay? So do your best job. Try to do it. I'm going to be reading it. I'm going to be looking at it. And next week, we'll start breaking it down more and more where you have an understanding of really how to do this. Have a great day and happy writing.